Hey, y'all, listen, we in the building. We in the building. It's Roy and I, and we are recapping the final episode of The Braxtons. It took so long because for like 2 weeks in a row, I was traveling, but now the traveling for 2024, unless a miracle happens or, somebody come through and say, hey,
It's
listen.
such a miracle at this point now for you to go somewhere.
A miracle, unless somebody come through and be like, "Hey, Deep, I want to take you somewhere," and I say yes, and I go. But so we're getting an opportunity to do the final recap of the season finale of The Braxtons, okay? Because they dropped family values, okay, for whatever reason, but we ain't gonna go into that. They dropped the family values.
We're not gonna talk about it. Because where's the values? Where are the values?
Boy. Well, we're gonna let that go. They dropped it, so we'll drop it too. Okay. So yeah, we're doing a recap of the Braxtons, the family values. It was 8 episodes this season. So that's not a bad number. I mean, it could have been more, but I guess they didn't really have much more to give us, right? And for the season finale, I thought, if I had to just give an overall, I would say, all right. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? For season finale, I thought, it was okay. They called it Cheers to the Braxtons, right? And this whole entire
Cute title, by the way. Love the title of the episode.
No, it is cute, right? Cheers to the Braxtons. And they said that they dedicated this whole season to Traci Braxton. Before I even get into anything, Roy Air, this was dedicated to their hummingbird, Traci Braxton. Do you feel or do you believe that they were successful with this dedication to Traci Braxton?
I'm going to say yes. I will say yes.
Okay.
I'm going to say yes because they really, in my opinion, expressed what Traci was going through.
Okay.
They showed the sisterhood side of it. They showed the family side of it. They showed taking care of yourself as well, how important it is to get your checkups and make sure you're going to the doctor. Traci kind of, from my understanding, had waited a little bit. She had already been feeling something in her throat and just had waited a little bit to go check and see. And not to say that it would have been a difference in any way, but it just made me really think about, take care of yourself, love your family, love your loved ones. You never know when your last day is going to be. And so for that reason, I will say yes, that they gave Traci her honorary dues. I think Traci would have been proud. I really, really do. I really do.
All right, okay, I'll accept that. So the Braxton, so we start out, it's the Love and Laugh, I think it was Laugh show, Love and Laugh show. They got 20 weeks in Las Vegas. And Toni said she hadn't performed before doing that show for 15 years. I didn't realize it was 15 years since she really did a performance. So for her to have not done a performance in 15 years, from what it appeared, she looked great. She seemed like she sounded really good. And I thought it was a great thing for her to kind of get back out there because, no sense of living and not living, right? So, yeah. So I thought it was a great thing. So now we start out at Trina's house. Trina has go ahead. You want to say something?
Before you get started, I'm sorry, y'all. Welcome in the building. Hit that like button. We are both live on both of our channels, so make sure you hit the like button on both channels. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, and then also hit the share button. Let the people know we are live recapping the season finale of The Braxtons, and we will be dropping the link at the end of the episode. So tell the people to tune in so that they can come on in and give their final thoughts and opinions on the end of this season.
Thank you, right here. Okay, so we at Trina's house because Trina has a cooking show. So apparently, Mama Braxton, I call her Mama Braxton, but they call her Miss E. Miss E and Tamar has a cooking show. I don't know what network it's streamed on, but they had a cooking show, and Trina had visited them on their cooking show. So now she asked Miss E to come to her and Von's cooking show. She said, I want to say they've been doing it for about a year already or something like that. So Mama Braxton came over to help them cook. and she had, they talked about how they were going to go support. They was going to go support Toni at her show. So it was going to be Toni. It was going to be Trina, Tamar, because Tamar couldn't stay for both shows, but Trina was going to stay for both shows. So first show that Toni and Cedric the Entertainer did, Trina and Tamar was there. The second show, it was Towanda, Trina, Miss E, were all there for the show. So she talked about that. And she talked to Miss E about how counseling really helped her. She's not drinking. She says she's not staying up to the wee hours of the morning and just cooking. She has pretty much forgiven herself from all the pain. And, she's doing much better with the passing of Traci, and with just, dealing with that. She's doing better with that. So what are your thoughts on that whole scene with, Missy, Trina cooking, and Vaughn in the background?
Y'all ready for Vaughn to go away?
Yeah.
I want to say this about Trina and Mama E. I love their mother-daughter relationship. Yeah. I feel like that there is such a, in my opinion, I see Mama E and Trina's relationship kind of like how I see my mother's relationship, and we are like so close, and we're close, but we still have such a respect from a mother-son relationship. And I love that about Trina and Miss E. There is a friendship between them, but there's still that mother-daughter relationship that they just lean on each other. I love the fact how Mama E, she was sensitive about Trina, asking Trina about her drinking and, her eating and things like that. Those are very sensitive subjects. And I love the way that Mama E, sometimes Mama E can come off a little insensitive sometimes, but I love the way she was, sensitive about bringing up Trina's, recovery, if you may, trying to get back to herself, trying to sleep, trying to be healthy, trying to grieve in a healthy way. And I thought that was really beautiful. It was so nice to see them cooking together. Listen, you're not going to come in Trina's kitchen and just do whatever you want to do. She's going to tell you step by step what to do and how to do it. So I thought that was really cute, just them cooking together and just bonding and sharing their relationship. You can tell that, in my opinion, Miss E just looks at Trina like a little girl still. That's her baby girl. And I love their connection, their relationship. It was a beautiful scene. We could have did without Vaughn. Literally, he was just in the background, walking around, standing around. But I thought it was just a beautiful, cute scene with Trina and Mama E.
I thought it was a very cute scene too. And I totally agree with you, Roy. They do have a very loving, for what it appears, right? A loving, caring relationship. Mm-hmm. And I think, there's this saying that says, no parent should ever have to bury their child. A child is supposed to bury their parents. I think Miss E has a new kind of perspective on the situation, because she had to bury her child, Traci. Mm-hmm. So I think now it's even more important to her to embrace, the family, so to speak, because of the losing, like she lost Traci. So I do agree with you. And I'm happy for Trina that she's able to sleep at night, that counseling works, people. Counseling works. Right.
It really, really does. I mean, imagine for 2 years up at night, cooking, eating, drinking. I mean, you can't go to sleep till the sun come up just because you're afraid. Literally, in my opinion, I don't think it was more so her looking for forgiveness from Traci or anything that she had done wrong. I think just that fear of death. You know how they say some stuff you can't unhear and some stuff you can't unsee? That is something that just and already, if you kind of have a fear of death, if you may, it just pushes it even further, because now you see exactly how all of that. And I love that she was able to come to grips with herself, because before you can do any of the work, you have to come to grips with yourself and realize I have an issue, I have a problem. This thing is weighing on me and I have to do something about it. And I love that she was willing to open herself up to heal that, and to really work on herself so that she can be in a better place for her husband, for her children, and for the rest of the family. And I really hope that Trina could be an example for Toni, especially, on how to move forward and grieve in a healthy way, because I don't see that Toni has still done that yet based off of what we've seen thus far.
I agree with you. I can agree with you on that. So we'll move into the next scene. Towanda goes to a radio show, so to speak, kind of doing like an interview. She's talking about her new hair care line, and the fact that she has alopecia, and how she come to tell Sean, her partner, which we learned on this episode, now her fiance, about her hair condition. So the part that was interesting to me in this conversation is, I want to say, and correct me if I'm wrong, Roy, and maybe you can see if you could bring up the site. She's calling it aloe-p, the line.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not feeling that name. I don't know. I just felt like she could have came up with something a little better. That's in my opinion. Like, you calling the line aloe-p? Like, so every time I use my hair oil by Towanda and Trina Braxton, and I have alopecia, I gotta be reminded because I'm using aloe-p product. Like, I just thought, I'm like, girl, who did the brand marketing for that? And I ain't mad at nobody. I want to see the girls make their coins, but I'm just like, where they do that at? Who did that? That just don't make any sense. Did you find the website, Roy? Is it up? Like,
I
what's
don't
going
see
on?
anything. I don't see anything.
All right. So anyway, she says that, she's starting a skincare line. She got a mask for the bald head. She got oil. She got shampoo, and it's allegedly called aloe-p. Yeah, Maya, the name sounds weird. So she's calling it aloe-p, and she said that I guess her business partner, whoever, told her, I want you to tell your story. So she said, in order for me to tell my story, I got to tell my partner first that this is what I'm suffering with. This is my hair condition. So she said she just went and told Sean, like, oh, I got alopecia. And he said, hold on, wait a minute. We really got to talk about this. And so then they started to talk about it. But listen, I'm a person that believes that once your partner loves you, it's really not much you can tell them after that that's going to make them be like, oh my God, I don't want to be with you anymore because you don't have no hair on your head, or I don't want to be with you anymore because of XYZ. So Sean, I still don't know how to feel about him. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I'm going to cut him some slack, because in terms of her diagnosis and everything else, it seems like he's a very supportive partner. He really cares about Trina. So I'm saying Trina, I meant to say Towanda. The only thing I want to say to Towanda, I don't know how much you already spent on his name, on the labels for the product, on the website or whatever, but the name is not popping. I'm not feeling it. It's not catchy. I'm going to figure out maybe some names we could throw out there for her, Roy, but aloe-p is not it. What are your thoughts?
Well, I can't find nothing about aloe-p or skincare or anything else, so we just gonna leave that alone. But it was very brave of Towanda to open up about her alopecia. A lot of people struggle, as I want to say, we talked about this kind of the last time we were together. A lot of us see our hair as our crown, that's our glory, and for you to lose something, especially in the Black community, for you to lose something that's so important, it's a struggle. It's really, really hard. But for her to open up about it and to be creating products, I guess, to try to help others with this issue and to make people feel more comfortable. I just thought it was a really nice thing. She's, spreading the word just like Jada Pinkett Smith did. Listen, spread your word and tell your truth. This is her story, and go to Towanda. So, hopefully this skincare line will be, productive and be able to help those who are in the same boat as her. And congratulations, Towanda. Go you.
Go you. Now we'll also say that what was I going to say? That she did have to kind of clean up why that she had alopecia, because initially she did tell the people that she was shaving her hair in solidarity to Traci. Yes. Right. And people asked about that. So she tried to kind of clean that up. I don't know if it really worked, but she did try to clean it up. Okay. Because a lot of people are like still giving her the side eye. Like Cece is saying LaWanda is a great name. So she now we're going to name the hair care line LaWanda. I cannot. Okay. But here, I'm gonna share a screen real quick right here. I can't find this product line anywhere. So you see it says tbraxtonduo.com Aloe P Scalp Enhancer Kit -T Braxton Duo, and I guess it was causing $159. But when you click on this, listen, nothing. It says sorry. Oh
yeah, I tried that one.
Yeah, it nothing comes up. It says sorry, this store is currently unavailable. So where the products at? I mean, I don't.
$159. They went back to the owner.
So listen, you go there and it says sorry, this store is currently unavailable. So I don't know what's going on. Do they have a hair care line? Do they not? I will say this: if it is not, if they didn't do anything with it yet, my advice would be change the name, because the name is not popping. Aloe.
So when she had a Ladybug skincare line, you remember that? It was called Ladybug. This was back on the Braxton family. Towanda.
Oh, yeah, what? Yeah, because she calls herself Ladybug.
Ladybug, yeah. So it was supposed to be Ladybug, and it was supposed to be skincare, and her boo, and all this other stuff. Shoot, I need some skincare. Help me, Jesus.
Nah, you better. Well, oh wait, this was back in 2020. Now I'm not going to be able to play this. Let me see some. Let's see what I'm gonna share this. You're right. It was something with some Ladybug skincare. But can we be clear though, too? That's not the best name either. Ladybug skincare.
It's better than Aloe P.
Listen, well, I mean, I don't know what's going on with this skincare line. But,
I just feel like Towanda is reaching for straws, just like Scratchy, girl. Like, stop it.
Well, we're gonna get to that. But, yeah.
Who don't know their cousin's nickname?
You don't know your first cousin nickname. I mean, stop. Where they do that at?
Who's Scratchy?
Yeah, so I don't know. We can't find the skincare line website anywhere. If any of y'all out there in the chat have found it, drop the link in the chat and we'll try to pull it up and figure things out. But for right now, I don't see nothing. I don't see Aloe P. I don't see Ladybug skincare. I see nothing. I Googled all types of ways.
We have turned over rocks and boulders. We ain't gonna find that skincare.
Oh my God. All right. So we're going to go on to this next scene. So Tamar goes with her tour manager, Rob, to see Taz the Healer, and James Wright is there. If y'all don't remember James Wright is the one who, I want to say, Roy, it was during the pandemic, right? where he started eating what's her name? Darn it. Patti LaBelle pies, her sweet potato pies from Walmart. And he was singing while he was eating them. It went viral. The Patti LaBelle pie sold out at the Walmart. And he came at Patti LaBelle neck because he felt like Patti LaBelle owed him something because he made her pies sell out at the Walmart. So James Wright was there, and James Wright was on tour with Tamar because isn't he the one, or was he the one that got into a fight with Christian Rock and then sued her and all that other
stuff? She knocked him down, girl.
So look, yeah, anyway,
he had a hard fall, is what they say.
Oh Jesus! So he was there, and Tamar goes to see Taz the Healer. Now I don't know how to feel about Taz the Healer. I don't. And just as an FYI, Roy and I are going to recap the Tia Mowry show. And I don't know if you caught that, but Taz the Healer was on Tia Mowry. So that's when I said, okay,
what are we doing here?
What are we doing here? Is she just doing reality show runs? She's just going to be everywhere talking about the Healer?
It's giving Dr. Sherry.
That part, okay? That part. So anyway, Taz the Healer is there, and she said that Traci came to her and pretty much told Tamar, she apologizes to Tamar. Tamar says she had a lot of regret, and Tamar did not get a chance to be the sister she wanted to be while Traci was alive. And you know, so according to the Healer, Traci said, listen, it's not about time, it's about moments. And you know, she said towards the end of her life, they had great moments together. And Traci says she wants to see the family united. And she said, you know, so far her death has not brought them together like she had hoped it would. And you know, Tamar herself says she has grown a lot. Now I know a lot of y'all over here, y'all don't come off of Tamar's neck. But you know, the diva, I'm going to come off of Tamar's neck. I do feel like Tamar has grown a lot. I do feel like Tamar is trying. And I do feel like Tamar is protecting her peace. And that is why half the season, Tamar is in the season, but in isolated buckets. Most of the scenes, she ain't with the sisters. I don't know how you do a show honoring your sister Traci. And y'all got all of these silo scenes where y'all not together. Traci wanted them to be united. And we got scenes with Mama E, she filmed with everybody. But then we got Towanda and Trina filming together. Toni can film with everybody too. And then Tamar just films with random people like James Wright and the tour manager Rob in this Healer Taz, okay? Tamar did her photo shoot solo. And Tamar, you know, I don't care what y'all say. Tamar have a right to be in her feelings, to be in her feels over the fact that she learned from the hospice nurse that her sister, her own sister, had 2 weeks left to live. Where they do that at? So now Tamar had no choice. I see you right here.
Go ahead.
I see you. Okay, we see each other because I see you.
Today, okay?
So Tamar had no choice but to go to this Healer and try to tap into her sister that is on the other side and get some type of a peace and resolution. You understand? Because Towanda, Trina, and Toni is not giving poor Tay nothing. They're not giving her a break. They're not embracing her nothing. To the point where I really feel like it wasn't about Tamar not being able to really support going to see Toni the same night as everybody else. I think Tamar was like, I ain't filming with Towanda. So I'll go see Toni night number 1, and y'all could go see Toni night number 2, and then I'm gonna go back home and take care of Logan. That's how I feel. But anyway, how do you feel about Taz the Healer in that whole session she had with Taz the Healer? How do you feel?
Great performance, Tamar. You did an amazing job. This was an amazing performance. Now, this is where I have the issue with Tamar because, first of all, as you say, Auntie, we can only give the camera what the camera sees, okay?
Uh-huh.
Now, just a couple of weeks ago, I want to say at episode 6 or 7, we were celebrating Traci's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a question of why Tamar did not know about Traci's passing. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And so Trina specifically said that you and Traci were not in the best of place. Is that what was not said? And Tamar tried to play like, I didn't know we weren't in a good place. I thought we were fine. I didn't know. But then we get on over here to the healer. And then we get in our confessionals, and then we want to say, well, if I'm honest about it, me and Traci weren't always on the best terms, and we did have some things going. So which one was it?
Her memory kicked in.
Oh. Okay. So your memory got kicked in when you had to get on this TV and plead apology for your sister that you've been doing wrong for at least. The Braxtons was on 7 years, so we'll give it a rough 10 or 11 years. You've been doing this sister dirty. And now you want to come back and act all emotional and sad, and I loved my sister, and I wanted her to do better, and I wanted to be a better sister. You had 2 years before your sister died to be a better sister and to be there for your sister. But you was too busy running around on Instagram with JR harassing his ex-wife and his children and everybody else.
Oh my gosh. No, we're not doing that, are we?
I'm just saying, like,
you're not gonna bring up what he was trying to say in relationship with JR.
Are we seeing what I'm just saying? Like, this is the stuff that Tamar put out there on Instagram, okay? This is what she put out there. And then you get on this television and just act like you were so, and I don't want to say act like, because I'm sure that she is emotional and in her feelings about her sister. Yes. But what role did you play for y'all to end up here, and that you continue to play, and that you did not fix prior to your sister passing so that you could feel good? In my opinion, this whole scene and season was for Tamar to get sympathy about the way she treated her sister, and she wants people to feel bad for her. I don't feel bad for you. I don't. I'm sorry. You did not come together. You said you did this show for Traci. You ain't even on half the damn show. You didn't even show up to do the group picture together. What? But you want somebody to support you?
She's a friend of the show.
Girl, bye. Take her credit off the credits, okay? Because she don't need it. If you a friend of. No, ma'am. No.
Not take off the credits and be both executive producer role.
Off the credits.
You're doing too much. You're doing too much.
She's not even present. She's not present. You are not here. You, like you said, you didn't even want to film with Towanda. Your sister just died. And you just sat up here and said on the television, it's nothing worse than thinking about losing another sister. But you won't even film with your sister. A scene. A scene. You didn't even come to the family, the last scene of the show. Girl, bye. Go. Get out of here, Tamar. She just irritated me so much. And I came into this season, I will be honest, Diva, I came into this season with an open mind and to see a change in Tamar. And I said that, and it never happened. The same Tamar we've been seeing for the past 10 years was the same Tamar that showed up this season. Go, Tamar. I hope you feel better about yourself.
Not off the credits, though. You wrong. I'm stuck there. Now you want to take back her executive role position and take her off the credits. Well, then you're going to have to take Toni off too.
We're going to have to do a Mariah Huck on her. Take it off.
I cannot. Listen, we're going to forward to the Love and Laughter tour. Okay, the show in Vegas, the Residency. So it's Toni, it's Tamar, it's Trina. In Las Vegas, Toni's talking about how grateful she is to Cedric the entertainer. Okay. She told some jokes. The jokes was a little corny, but I will say this. I like the way that Toni is just so grateful because it's a 90-minute show, and I'm sure that's hard, Roya, right? And so, as a result of Cedric the entertainer being part of the show, it takes all the burden off of Toni to have to perform that entire 90 minutes. Right. So I love to see when the entertainment industry or any industry kind of gets together and support each other. So it's like, hey, let's make this money together. I know you have your condition, the stent in your heart, you're dealing with the lupus, but you can still do a show. We're going to do this thing together, and I'll take some of the burden off, and then you could go back, relax a minute, drink some tea, get your throat back together, and then you come back out and sing. So I thought that was just a really, really great thing. And I'm going to add the scene where Miss E, Trina, and Towanda, they kind of get together. They meet at a restaurant. They meet up before the show, and they talk about some incident with Trina, when she was in the 7th grade, how she didn't put on some undergarments or something like that. I don't know. It was just like a filler type of scene. And Miss E was like, I got to go. I got to, go get dressed for the show, whatever the case may be. So I thought it was nice how Tamar and Trina supported Toni's first show, and then the second show it was Trina, Towanda, and Miss E. And so at the second show, Towanda and Trina did a little comedy skit, and then they brought Sean on the stage, and Sean proposed to Towanda. I'm not sure how I feel about that just yet. I'm still really processing it. I mean, the proposal was, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to feel about it. Maybe you got more feelings than me. So he said 8 years ago they reconnected. Okay. So he said 8 represents new beginnings. And he said he got one question, and he asked her, will you marry me? I love the way Trina responded, though. I thought it was so cute. Now, that I really did love that. I thought that was so cute, the way she responded. And she came up and was hugging and kissing him, too, and was so, happy or whatever. Is that me or you?
It's me, sorry.
Okay. She was so happy about them, kind of, getting engaged or whatever the case may be. So I kind of stop it there with that scene. Towanda got engaged. She was very excited and very happy about being engaged. But what I thought was also cute? The toilet paper song. I thought that was cute, and that was kind of funny. So I did kind of enjoy the toilet paper song. Mm-hmm. It was a cute little scene. And like I said, Towanda is now engaged, y'all. But go ahead.
Yes. Well, jumping back to Toni and Cedric and them preparing for the show, this was a very momentous moment for Toni. The last time we seen Toni in Vegas, unfortunately, she found out she had lupus. They had to cancel the whole show. That is where a lot of her financial issues came from, and her having to file for bankruptcy. So, this was a really, really big deal for Toni to be walking back through those doors again. And then on top of that, not only do you still have lupus, but now you have a heart issue, So I know this was really, really big for Toni. And I just love the fact that Cedric the entertainer was there to support her. You can really tell that there was a genuine relationship between the two of them, and that he really wanted to be the best help that he could for Toni to get through this 90-minute show. So I thought that was a beautiful thing. Diva, I believe you said you had dropped into Vegas here recently in the past couple of weeks. Yes, were you able to see any promotion or anything for
you play it? Listen, you know what? I was trying to figure out when she was there. I think we gotta look it up, because I don't know how early they tape the show versus when we get to see it. Right. And then when I noticed in this final episode, she said it was for 20 weeks.
So she started on Mother's Day. They started on Mother's Day weekend.
Oh, so what's 20 weeks from Mother's Day?
October. Now,
what hotel is it in? Because
why did you ask that? She said it too. I don't remember.
Yes.
But I will say I recently looked up on Toni's Instagram. I can pull it up actually. Toni's Instagram, and she did say that they were having their final show on October. I want to say it was the 19th and 20th, maybe.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, T, well, if that's what you're gonna give us, it seems like she's still here. So here's what this is what they show. I don't know if you could share this or not.
Wait, go ahead. You're not sharing.
I'm not sharing. Duh, sorry.
But you know what though? I did not see a whole bunch of billboards though, Royer, when I was out there. Okay. Oh, that looks cool. Oh, they did a little show.
So, it says that y'all ready? Love and Laughter is back October 18th and 19th at the Cosmopolitan.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it looks like
there was some people there. It looked like it was a show. Okay.
It was a show. Love and Laughter, your return. Okay. I think it was a show. It said Listen. I know we all struggle with the
paging Dr. Jackie. Paging Dr. Jackie.
Man has got to calm down, because when I saw him in that green jacket on the stage for the season finale show, I was like, Ced has got to push away from the table.
All the way back.
All the way back. So
for the rest of the year, literally.
And like I said, I know we all struggle, but Ced, OMG. But I mean, what did you think about the engagement?
Go to Wanda and yo boo. Go y'all. Somebody bring her some toilet paper, okay? I don't know. I think they're
Use the whole fool.
They're a cute couple, it was nice. I know that Towanda has desired, marriage again and wanting to be with this man. And so he finally fulfilled, that dream that she had. And so congratulations to her. Like you said a little earlier, I love Trina's reaction. Trina's reaction was just everything. Trina is always happy for everyone else. And so it's just beautiful to see that she's still that same giddy-go-lucky happy girl, So
absolutely.
Shout out to Towanda. I thought we were able to see a very nice, exciting, emotional side of Towanda too. Those are very rare. You don't see a lot of emotion or excitement from Towanda ever, even on the Braxton Family Values. So that was a beautiful thing to see as well. So I hope that she's happy and that things go well for her. And her ring was cute too. I like the little ring that he did. It was
not
nice.
The little ring.
I mean, not like. I was not trying to be shady. Oh my God. Okay.
All right. No. It was. That's all. It was. Yeah. So she's happy. So we're gonna be happy for her. Let's see if they have a season 2. If the wedding is going to be season 2, that would be a good season 2 to have a wedding, right? Mm-hmm. So that's that. So the last final episode, like you said, Tamar was not there, but they all kind of go to lunch or something, and it's Toni, and Toni walked in congratulating Towanda on her engagement, and she gave her all kisses. So and Mama E spoke. She said she's happy for all the girls. She's happy for Toni because Toni has a show. Happy for Trina because Trina is doing good and has dealt with. And I'll go ahead while I'm talking, Roy, and drop the link. That Trina has dealt with, her her alcohol, eating problems, and all of that. Because that is a lot, right? That is a lot when you're going through all of that. All right, everybody, I did drop the link in case y'all want to come in, and we'll open it up so y'all can come talk to us really quickly about how you feel about the whole season and the final episode. She says she's happy for Tamar because Tamar, she has her podcast, a book, and she has like a nice single out. And Towanda, she's happy for Towanda because Tawanda's engaged. And Scratchy, he's doing good. Tay said, Mama E said, he's being a good father. So hey, right? And then she says she's even happy for Traci because she said the reason why they're doing this show, or they did the show, is because Traci wanted it, and she feels like the family honored Traci wishes by doing the show. So, Mama E was very excited and happy that, that happened, that, they was able to do this show, as a result of, Traci wanting them to. So again, Roy, if I say overall the whole season, it wasn't bad. It wasn't like a must see. It wasn't like when I didn't see it, I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to see the next episode. But it wasn't, it wasn't a waste of your time either. It was good to see kind of where the whole family is now. Yes. It's always a good thing to talk about, how people get through grief and when a family member has passed away and how you work through it. I like the fact that they embrace counseling because people need to understand that it is okay to go to counseling. So I like the way that they kind of embrace that. I was just overall, if I had to give the whole season from a 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it a 7. I'll give it a 7. And I'm giving it a 7 because I could have dealt with that without the behind the scenes, you showing me what's happening behind the scenes. I'm giving it a 7 because I felt like Tamar should have been more integrated into the show if she was going to do the show, not doing these little silos with her over there, and it's showing no resolution between the sisters. And I also felt like they should have had another counseling session with just the sisters and say, listen, if we're really going to honor Traci's memory, we need to come together and heal what's going on within our sister circle. And I would have loved to seen Miss E have her own counseling session because Miss E got a lot going on, and a lot of the shenanigans that go on in this family, it's the matriarch, Miss E, until she gets some things straight, the sisters are always going to be chaotic and fighting. And I would have loved to see, Roy, here a counseling session between Miss E and Papa Braxton. Now, we would have had a show if they did that. Because Miss E, Papa Braxton is over it because, he's remarried. But Miss E is still holding on to a lot of pain, resentment. Come on now with the past trauma. Yes, she is misbehaving. She's holding on to a lot of pain, resentment, and past trauma. And if they do a season 2, come on, Roy, we just called their whole season 2 for them. They need to have the wedding. They need to have a counseling session with just the sisters. They need to have a counseling session with just Miss E. They need to have a counseling session with just Papa Braxton. And then a counseling session with Papa Braxton and Miss E together. Because we need for Miss E to release the pain.
All the way.
Throw it in the trash. Yeah. So what are your final thoughts for you?
My final thoughts on this season, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it a strong 8. I feel like it was really, really good. The reason I'm going to give it a strong 8 is because this was reality TV. We didn't need no pompous. We didn't need no credits, no stories, no extraness. There was enough going on this whole entire season that we were able to stay tuned in, stay connected to each and every one of the characters, and really understand and know where everybody was at and what everybody has been going through. So I'm going to give it a strong A. I was very pleased with this season. I was on the first couple of episodes. I was definitely waiting for the next week to come through just because it was just so much going on, so many faces that, like you said, we had not seen in 2 years almost at this point. So it was just a beautiful season, beautiful, family. I'm just glad that everybody was able to come together for Traci and really make her final wishes come true. So go to Braxtons.
Go Braxtons, the Braxtons, not Braxton Family Values. Anyway, we did get somebody
with no values.
Thanks for clicking on the links. Let us know your thoughts on the season or whatever you want to talk to us about. Are you there? Ace Style, can you hear us? All right, I don't think Ace Style. Go ahead, Roy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, altogether though, I was very, very pleased. I really hope that going forward, the sisters can really have some conversations between themselves off camera, and really there needs to be some bonding that needs to happen between these sisters, and there needs to be some real truths spoken between these sisters. I believe that a lot of people no, we couldn't hear you. Drop out and then come back in, Asa Styles. Come out, X out the link and then come back in for us, please. I think there are some conversations that the sisters really need to have, and I think now that Traci is no longer here, unfortunately, I think that those deeper conversations can be had. In my opinion, this is my opinion, I feel like there were a lot of issues with kind of going back to the Braxton's family values, with Traci being upset because the sisters left her and, all of that stuff. And in the midst of that situation, it created so many other pocketed situations with the sisters. And so we need to deal with those pocketed situations with the sisters, and how they talk to one another, how they grieve with one another, how they communicate. Those things need to be handled so that they can move forward. I also think that we need to do a little bit deeper dive as a family with the extended family, with little Kevin, with their brother Mikey Braxton. Mikey has lost a daughter as well. And so I really feel like, their niece passed away a couple of years back. And I really think that those things, loss, in my opinion, loss should pull you together. It should bring you closer. It should make you appreciate one another more. And I think that they have just experienced so much loss and lost so many issues. It's put a burden on the family. And we need to talk about those things so that we can move forward in a positive way and get things going.
Now, Ocean Dreaming V, you got to turn us off in the background. I'm going to unmute you, and then you can tell us your thoughts, okay? So make sure you have nothing going on in the background. You're not playing us in the background, or we're going to get that feedback. All right. So Ocean Dreaming, your thoughts? You got to take yourself off of mute. You have nothing going on in the background, or we're going to get that feedback. Okay. All right. Hold on. All right. Ace Style, what are your thoughts? We're not having good
today. Yeah.
Link. All right. So we're gonna have to, because Roy and I are recapping Tia Mowry's show. Is also on the We channel. What is the name of her show again? Roy. My next act. So she already had 2 episodes. We're gonna come back later today and recap the 2 episodes together. But overall, if you haven't watched it or you're going to watch it, it's okay. We'll talk about it later when we come back. Okay, we'll talk about it later when we come back. But we are recapping Tia Mowry's My Next Act. She's from the show Sister Sister. She has a twin. She also was in the show The Game. Go ahead, Boy.
Dream, you'll just Ocean Dream, excuse me, you'll have to mute or exit out of our YouTube and then just listen through the StreamYard if you want to come up real quick before we go. But overall, I thought this was a beautiful season. This has been a wonderful show to recap. I was interested to see how it was going to be at first, Diva. I was a little shaky on this at first just because losing Traci became, in my opinion, a really intricate part of the show. She has such intricate relationships with the sisters individually, but together it never really clicked right. When they were all together, it was kind of like a gang up on somebody. Most of the times it was Tamar. But now that things have changed, I really want to see a change in the family. I really want to see them come together. And in season 2, I think season 2, like you said, we need to see a wedding. We need to see a wedding. We need to see a real in-person group family session and then individual sessions. We need to see those because there are some things that we need to know as viewers that will maybe help us understand why there has been such a distance between the sisters since the passing of Traci. I think everyone has their own individual opinions, and we really didn't get into it as far as the therapy side this season because of Kevin's situation happening. You know, after Kevin's situation, we never seen another group therapy session. So we need to get back to that and finish that off and close that out. But overall, I'm very pleased with this season. Very, very pleased. And I'm hoping that a season 2 will come. And I hope that if a season 2 comes, that Tamar is just not a friend to the show. I really want her to clock in and put that work in.
Not clock in. Not do her full 8 hours and not a part-time gig.
Listen, Mama E is how old? Is she out here doing her 8 to 5? You better clock in, Tamar. Stop playing.
That is facts. Mama E is doing the darn thing. But listen, guys, we appreciate y'all for being here. We will put a post on our community page. I gotta just talk. Me and Roy, I gotta talk. I gotta eat some lunch in between. But we will be back to do a quick recap on the 2 episodes of the Tia Mowry show. So we'll see y'all soon. If y'all didn't hit the like button coming in, hit the like button going out, but hit the like button on my channel and Roy's channel. We truly appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for recapping this show with us. They don't typically do a reunion. I wish they did. So we just have to go to their individual pages and make a comment and say, please do a recap, a reunion show. Please do a reunion. Okay. Oh, look. Oh, go ahead, Ocean Dreamer. She said she was at Traci's wedding years ago. Wow. Yeah, but listen, guys. Good night and goodbye, everybody.
We'll see y'all later. Stay tuned. Keep your notification bells on all, and we'll catch y'all soon.
Bye.
Bye.